Hello and welcome to the third and final episode of Fiscal Talk, where we are talking about fiscalization in Turkey. Today, my name is Anna Bosniak. I'm a marketing assistant at Fiscal Solutions, and with me today is a legal consultant at Fiscal Solutions, Mr. Stefan Ditrih. Hi, Stefan.
Hi Anna, hello everyone watching this video.
In the first two episodes, we were talking about hardware fiscalization system in Turkey, and then we talked about software fiscalization system in Turkey, and today we're talking about audit.
Eternal topic, audit.
Yeah. So I am sure that everyone wants to hear what are the main audit rules and what you should actually pay attention to when doing a business in Turkey. So I will let you continue and explain to us what we need to know.
Yes, thank you Anna. As you said, we talked about the fiscalization system in more detail in previous two episodes, just to be able to understand the core of it, how it works, what we need to do to be compliant with Turkish law. And now we're going to talk about what happens during the audit, how are they managed, what you need to look out for, and so on. So regarding the audit process in Turkey, what is very important to emphasize right in the beginning is that they are unannounced. So especially for new stores opening, there is some announced visits, but they are more rare than the unannounced visits. So the auditor can come to your store at any point during your business hours. There is no mandatory break between audits, so they can repeat them whenever they want. There is no periodic time frame and no fixed period for inspections. So that is something to be aware of when starting your business in Turkey and when making sure that you are compliant with the law. So what does the audit process entail? So when the tax officer comes to one of your stores, for example, they of course have to show their legitimation to the employees in the store, and then they can start the process of the audit. So they will check whether the documents you're issuing through your fiscal system are valid. Do they have every mandatory element? Are you issuing receipts to your customers at all? If you're using the hardware system, are you using a certified cash register? Is it set up properly? Do you have all the elements needed? If you're using the software version, again, are you connected to the right integration platform? Are you sending them all transactions? Are they compiling them in e-reports? Are they reporting them to the tax authority? So because in both systems, whether you're using hardware and software fiscalization, you have to report your transactions to the tax authority. So when they come to your store, they already have a lot of data on your business because all the transactions are reported to them. So one of the first things they'll check is your turnover and your VAT, your claimed VAT. Does it match what was reported to them, and does it match the real situation in the store? So that's where some of the rules are a little bit different depending what kind of fiscalization you opted for. If you're using hardware fiscalization, for example, they will check whether you are compliant with the law on cash registers, of course. Are you using the appropriate devices? Are you using them according to the principles prescribed by the law? Are you reporting your daily revenue? And they will check whether that revenue matches what they already have. They can ask you to produce period reports from the fiscal memory of the cash register just to make sure that everything is lining up. Once the audit is done, they will make a report, and one copy is left with the taxpayer, one is taken by the auditor, and then depending on the what was written in the report, was everything okay, or if there are some issues, they will either issue an order for you to fix that problem, or you can face fines. Now, compared to some countries, especially in Europe, the fines in Turkey are not that high, but there are some additional problems. So the fine, for example, not issuing a receipt or failing to show all the mandatory elements on the receipt is around 1400 Turkish lira, which is around 100 euros. So you might think that that's not that much money, but they will charge you this fine for every irregularity they find, so they can stack up pretty fast, and also you can face criminal punishment if you're not using a certified cash register, if you're not using a certified invoicing platform, if you're not fiscalizing your transactions at all. So one other thing, if they come and you're using the software fiscalization or the e-archive system, of course, they will not check your hardware, because if you're using the software fiscalization, hardware is not important, but they will check which invoicing platform are you using. Do you have the permission to use the software fiscalization? Are you sending all the data, every transaction to the invoicing platform? Are they reporting them every day to the e-reports? Do they have all the mandatory elements? Are you actually sending them to the tax authority? So the rules, if you're using, whether you're using hardware or software, are different, and you have to look at different set of laws. If you're using the hardware version of fiscalization, then you have to look at the law on cash registers and see what it says and be compliant with that. If you're, again, on the other hand, using e-archive or the software version, then you have to be compliant with the e-invoicing law and all the necessary technical documentation that you can find on the e-document system, which is like the all-encompassing system, which includes both e-invoicing and e-archive and some other also electronic services. So they will also have some special irregularity penalties, which they can apply, the auditor can apply. They are not prescribed in fixed amounts, rather it's a range. So depending on the severity of non-compliance, the auditor can prescribe lower or harsher sentences. So that's something to keep in mind, Anna, when you're operating in Turkey.
And are there any other penalties apart from financial ones?
Oh, yes, that is very important, especially if you're using the e-archive system. So if you're using the software kind of fiscalization, if they see any major non-compliance in your business, they can revoke your license to operate to use the e-archive system. So the problems there can be pretty severe, because once they revoke your license, you only have 30 days to switch to using the hardware system. So imagine if you have many stores, many points of sale, and you're using the centralized e-archive system to process all your transactions, to fiscalize them, and then due to some error or non-compliance, you only have 30 days to implement an entirely different type of fiscalization in all your stores, all of points of sale, to acquire all the necessary hardware, to set it up properly. So it can be a really daunting task, which might cost you a lot, because you'll probably have to stop operation completely to switch to the hardware system. And then after a certain period, you have to reapply to switch back to the e-archive system or the software fiscalization, which again, you're going to incur a lot more costs than the actual penalties will hurt your company. So it is very important to stay tuned, to watch our videos, to subscribe to our fiscal portal, to contact us, to make sure that you are compliant and that something like this doesn't happen to you when doing business in Turkey.
Yeah, I wanted to say that's all you need to know about fiscalization in Turkey. And then I wanted to say that I was joking, and there's so many other information that you need to know, and you can, of course, find them on our fiscal portal, where you can find really detailed information about everything regarding fiscalization in Turkey. Thank you for watching this. This was actually an amazing series, very concise, very clear, and I think useful. And if you want to contact us, I will put our contact details in the bio. So make sure to send us an email or find us on LinkedIn, for example. And we will see what we can do for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Stefan. And we'll see you next time in some other fiscal talk.
Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.